Good morning, ladies and gentlemen of the media, and welcome to the daily briefing of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service press briefing. I am Sergeant Wayne Meister, the Public Information Officer of the TTPS. This morning, fortunately, we do not have any serious report of crimes that will engage your attention. However, we know that the Christmas season is upon us, and in keeping with our responsibility to sensitize members of the public, we want to give them some crime safety tips during their shopping activities. We'd like to let the members of the public know that we are giving these tips, and we are hoping that they adhere to these tips and assist us with our crime prevention activities. Just to give you some tips, always lock your car and close the windows, even if you're going for a few moments. We want you to shop with at least one partner. We'd like you to stay alert to your surroundings and to the people around you. Look inside your car and around as you approach. Avoid carrying large amounts of cash. Avoid wearing excessive jewelry. We'd like you to park in well-lit areas. Safeguard your credit cards, checks, as you do with your cash. Do not leave them in jacket pockets or sitting out in restaurants or stores. Notify the issuers immediately if your card is lost, stolen, or misused. Above all, if you are victimized, we would like you to report all matters to the police, to the nearest police station or police officers. If you have any information that could lead to the arrest of a perpetrator or assist officers in their investigations, you can call 555 or 800-TIPS. As we move along, I just want to make a statement. As police officers, we hold a unique place in society, given our responsibility for helping to maintain the quality of life of members of the communities. We recognize that our actions and decisions can influence the livelihoods of the public. As such, we continue to work tirelessly to strengthen the bond between the public and the police through greater accountability and transparency, so that the public can have more confidence in the police to fight crime. We want to assure members of the public that we continue to be committed in our drive towards crime reduction. We deal with the people, and our constant contact with humanity often casts us in the role of psychologists, teachers, clergymen, parents, and brothers. Whilst we have adopted a zero-tolerance attitude towards crime, we also expect officers to do so with the fullest respect for human rights. I would like to now open the floor for any questions.
Yes, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
In yesterday's CNC3 media report, there concerning the serious threat, assassination threat on the life of the Prime Minister, and a Muslim group from Central was named as being one of the major perpetrators. Can you give us the name of that group, please?
No, we don't have that information as to the name of that particular group
And
that I can release
you don't have the name?
at this present time.
Also, police sergeant has been held by his colleagues as being allegedly for being part of this plot against the life of the Prime Minister, the AG, and what have you. Can you confirm this, please?
All right, let me make this statement before. We want to confirm that the protective services, that they have unearthed a threat to national security. The threat involves members of the government, and a number of arrests have been made. All arms of the protective services are collaborating to ensure the preservation of national security, and they remain on high alert. Of course, I will want to disclose any further details at this time because this could compromise the operations of the investigations.
Can this event lead to the reimposing of the curfew and extension of the SOE?
As I said, I would like not to comment further on that matter.
Again, media reports were stating that the assassination attempt, the hit would have taken place as she and her cabinet colleagues were leaving the diplomatic center today. Can you confirm that?
That cannot be confirmed, but I'm almost certain that investigations are being conducted and we should have updates on that very soon.
They arrested a man on Monday in connection with the same incident. However, 2 months ago, I believe, the same man was held on the same charges and questioning it. Why it took over a month to come back and arrest the same man on the same grounds in connection with the same incident?
Well, we know in investigations, it's very dynamic, and investigations can lead to any direction.
You're right.
Good morning, Sergeant.
Good morning.
I have a series of questions here for you. First of all, Robocop has been arrested. Is he detained under the powers given under the state of emergency, or is he randomly or normally arrested? His arrest or his apprehension, is it under the powers given under the state of emergency, or is it the regular police powers?
All I can say is that he is assisting law enforcement agencies in an investigation at present.
And this investigation, does it have anything at all to do with the alleged threat?
Well, investigations will unearth any information that is necessary to support any such claim.
And the other men as well, who are in custody?
Yes.
Going back up just a little bit. This morning, Captain Gary Griffith, he's no longer referred to as captain, said that the war on crime has been won. Can the police confirm this?
The war on crime is ongoing, but we give our assurance, the TTPS, that we are always committed and we are ready to fight that whole issue of crime. But the crime is something that is ongoing, and we are hoping, or we are willing to take the fight to the criminals and always try to come out on top.
Now, what I interpreted the comment to me was the reason for the state of emergency being called in the first place, that major threat has been averted and they have won. Can the police confirm this?
Well, Mr. Gary Griffith will have to give that confirmation.
Well, it would be that the police officer is doing the groundwork. He's just the spokesperson at this point in time. So as a police officer doing the groundwork, can you confirm this or deny?
I'm not going to confirm or deny, but any information could be directed to Mr. Griffith because he may seem to have the necessary information pertaining to his statements.
Now, a couple of weeks ago, you said that the crime situation has not increased following the lifting of the curfew. However, on Tuesday, Minister Jack Warner confirmed that sources given to the government says that there has been an increase, a drastic increase, in criminal activity with the raising of the curfew. From the police side, can you confirm this?
Based on our stats, I could just give you the period from the 1st of November to the 21st of November. We had 13 homicides as opposed to 42 last year for the same period. For the 2011, at present we have 316 homicides as opposed to 432 for the same period last year. So based on our stats, we don't see a rise.
No, that is stats from last year to this year, but the stats I'm looking for is pre-curfew and post-curfew. Has the criminal activity increased from police detection?
Based on our information, we don't have that increase.
So
based on our stats.
What I'm saying is he's misinformed.
Well, that is a question that needs to be directed to Mr. Warner.
Fair enough.
You take one more question?
No, you can't get one more question.
During the past 2 days, the information received says that the threats on them were made. The threats on them were made approximately maybe about within the past week, right? The plot was revealed when the arrest was made with Selwyn Alexis Robocop, right? During all this time, what was that we have these press conferences every day, and it was not brought to our attention. That you keep it every day and you don't tell us anything. When we come here, we hear all kind of other different stuff instead of what is important. What is that?
I understand your concerns, but as I say, pertaining to that said matter, it's currently a subject of an ongoing investigation, and therefore we won't be able to comment on that matter.
Okay, good morning. I understand that there was a police exercise in Sealots this morning, and I just would like to get some information about that. Has there been any arrests or anything coming out of that police exercise?
Well, as we speak, the exercises they're still ongoing at present. So we will have an update by tomorrow's press briefing. We should have some vital information for you.
Are these police exercises a result of the revealed threat, or are they just part of the normal state of emergency exercise?
Well, remember, yes, we are still under the state of emergency. So the police, members of the Defense Force, Protective Services, it's an ongoing exercises in the nation.
It's not related to what was revealed yesterday.
Well, I cannot say it's related, but almost every day, the Protective Services are involved in some form of exercise to maintain that security.
But this is the first time we've actually seen them out in the public early in the morning, disrupting normal day activities, because there was traffic all throughout the highways this morning. And it obviously looks like there was a link between what was revealed yesterday and to see the police out in their numbers this morning.
All right. I normally drive to work around 4 in the morning, and on numerous occasions we have officers outside conducting exercises. So that is not a first for our Protective Services. I cannot say if it's related.
Okay, and again, in relation to the alleged assassination attempts, could you give us a number of how many people have been arrested in relation to that incident thus far?
Updates will be given to you, I guess, by tomorrow morning. Final question from Mr.
Sarge, are there any international links to this assassination attempt, bearing in mind that a Muslim group from Trinidad is allegedly implicated in this assassination attempt against the Prime Minister and members of the Cabinet?
I will not comment. As I said before, these matters, it's under investigation at present, and as soon as we get any updates, we'll be proud to give you some information.
Can you give us some updates on a couple old matters, not the threat? One is the Joan Webb incident, where she was killed following a crash with police. The second is in today's, the next three is in today's newspapers, an alleged gun racket coming out of Tobago, the status of investigation into the rape victim who reportedly moved a police station and was turned away because she was naked, and the prisoner at the Port of Spain Magistrates Court who appeared before a magistrate and showed her a quantity of marijuana and a knife that he took out from his pocket and claimed ownership of.
In relation to your first question with Ms. Joan Webb, a file was submitted, and we are waiting further instructions from the person who it was submitted to. So we have a file that was compiled, it was sent, and they are waiting for the instructions. Your second question was?
File was sent to whom? Sent by whom to whom?
Well, the initial investigator and standard operating procedures that you will send an initial file, an interim file, to the Commissioner of Police.
The second question was the gun racket coming out of Tobago, where guns supposedly sent to be destroyed were being sold.
In relation to the destruction of firearms, there are procedures that are outlined in our standing orders, which will guide officers as to how firearms are supposed to be disposed. It's a matter of engaging the attention of the court, so I would want to comment further on that.
So there are people before the court for this offense? Selling guns that were sent to be destroyed. Not renting out of guns or anything like that, but selling guns that were sent to be destroyed.
That matter is presently before the court, so I won't comment further.
Okay. And the other two issues were the rape of the young lady, and she reported to the Remover police station. She was sent away because she was naked.
All right, well, I give some updates on that yesterday. An investigator has been appointed to investigate those allegations relative to the police officer.
And the prisoner, who appeared in the Portersby Magistrates Court with marijuana and a knife in his pocket.
Again, we have procedures which police officers are guided in relation to custody and care of prisoners up to the point where they are in the custody of the police, to the point where they are taken to the courts or taken to the prisons.
One final thing, if you can, I doubt you can, but if you can, could you tell us why isn't the Commissioner of Police here this morning, given the fact that there is an alleged threat to kill our Prime Minister and other government ministers?
I know at present the Commissioner is engaged with other high officials at present as we speak in a press briefing, and hence his reason for not being present at this conference, this press briefing.
He gave some assurance the last time that anything of major issue that comes up, he will be here. He said that when the 7 officers were charged with murder. So I expected to see him this morning. Not that I'm not pleased that you're here, but I expected to see him here this morning.
When I see him today, I will remind him that you want to see him. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for attending the TTPS news briefing. And again, I want to urge citizens, be responsible, be a law-abiding citizen. See you tomorrow, same time, same place.